Cumberland County's Community Transportation Office provides safe, dependable, and affordable transportation to county residents. Kristine Wagner is the program's coordinator. She outlines the various door-to-door, on-demand transportation services available to qualified citizens and tells us about a new pilot program starting this month in the Cedar Creek area.
The Community Transportation Program's primary focus has always been on the elderly and disabled. We focus on medical appointments, dialysis treatments, therapy treatments for those that are 60 plus and or disabled within Cumberland County. We provide these services for those that are not eligible for Medicaid transportation, as well as the city's fast track services. In 2010, we started to provide non-medical services for the elderly and disabled as well, for grocery shopping, school, work, their other needs that they require for transportation services. Well, our mission is to provide safe and accessible transportation for our residents of Cumberland County, and especially with those that don't have the ability to drive or don't have a vehicle. That is very important. The elderly and disabled transportation that we provide, the medical transportation is free. All of our services are Monday through Friday. They run anywhere from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. as well as our non-medical services. They do cost $2.25 per one-way trip for non-medical transportation. In order to qualify for these services, they cannot qualify for Medicaid services or fast track services. They need to call 678-7619. We'll do a phone application over the phone to determine eligibility or to make a referral to one of the other two agencies. And then if they are eligible, we'll send them paperwork that has to be filled out and signed before we can provide those services for them. Once an individual is set up on our program, they have to call one business day before by 12 o'clock noon with where they need to go, the time they need to be there, and the day that they're trying to schedule for. We also provide demand response services for the general public who live in the rural areas of our county. This is basically Stedman, Falcon, Godwin, Linden, Wade, Eastover, basically all the areas except for Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and Spring Lake. We provide medical, shopping, school, and work, all the needs-based services. There is a charge of $2.25 per one-way trip for those services as well, and it's for anybody who lives in those rural areas that need transportation. The number they would call to apply for those programs would be 678-7675. We do require that our riders are over the age of 18 unless they are accompanied by an adult, just for safety reasons. The hours of our rural services are 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Like our other programs, we all require that they do a phone application, we send paperwork to be signed, and then once they are set up on the program, there is that 24-hour notice in order to schedule transportation with us. We also have an urban employment transportation program, and this is for individuals who live in the urbanized areas of our county. This consists of Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and Spring Lake. Individuals who would qualify for these services would be individuals that live more than a mile and a half from a bus route. So there is no bus route in Hope Mills. There is Spring Lake Transit, so we would have to look up to see if Spring Lake Transit would meet their needs, and then in Fayetteville we would have to see how far they live from the fast services. There is an additional cost of $2.25 like our other programs, and this would be for going to work or school Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And they would also do the same eligibility over the phone. We would send paperwork in the mail, and they would also have that 24-hour scheduling notice. The phone number for the Urban Employment Transportation is 678-7675. All of our programs are funded primarily through state and federal grants. Most of them pass through North Carolina Department of Transportation. We have to apply for these. Some are annual and some of them are biannual grants. Most of the programs that we require a fare to be paid is because we do have matches on those grants, and so that's how I'm able to apply for those without having to seek additional funding from the county in order to provide these services for our citizens. Starting October 15th, the Board of Commissioners just approved that we start a pilot project in Cedar Creek where we're going to have a shuttle service pick up at the corner of Tabor Church Road and Cedar Creek Road, and we're going to be using a 15-passenger van. We're going to provide services and drop them off at the transfer center on Old Wilmington Road where they can meet up with multiple fast routes. This service is going to be provided Monday through Friday. We're right now looking at a 3-month project to see how it goes. There's going to be 2 runs in the morning, and I believe we're looking at around 5 a.m. pickup and 6 a.m. to get them to the transfer center. And then in the evening, I believe we're looking at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. to pick up from the transfer center and bring them back. There will be a $1 fare that they will pay in cash to the driver when they enter the vehicle. When they do get to the transfer center, if they choose to ride a fast bus from that point on, they would then pay a fast fare of $1. I encourage the residents of Cedar Creek to be on the lookout starting October 15th for the 15-passenger van that will be at Tabor Church Road and Cedar Creek Road. The van will say Majestic Luxury Tours on the side. That is one of our current county contract providers. For more information on the Cedar Creek pilot program, please call 678-7674. Our motto for the Cumberland County Community Transportation Program has always been a key to independence, because our clients really need to have those transportation needs, and a lot of them feel like they are a burden on others when they're constantly asking for help to be provided transportation, whether it's medical or work or school. And so all of our programs that we have here at the county really help enable people to get where they need to go, and really is a key to their independence.